black people, black people, black people, people, black people, black people. We wanna stay alive and thrive, fuck being equal. This for my black people, black people, black people, people, black people. Black people, we gotta get it right this time. Divine Regal, this for my black graphic.
People. You ever been judging jury in traffic? Get the freeze distraction, the pig squeezing and clapping, public execution. Out there extra movement, no retribution. Waves upon waves of brain pollution. Stay recruiting for the dark side, kicking the dark vibe. Stay careful when you out on your ride. License or not, ask and still. The streets rougher than brittle. The beast murder the people that once perceived as little. This is not a sad song, no small violins or fiddles. This is strength written down in the poem, so let's continue. This is strength written down in a poem, so let's continue. This is strength written down in a poem. Black people, black people, black people, people, black people, black people. We wanna stay alive and thrive, fuck being equal. This for my black people, black people, black people, people, black people. Black people, we gotta get it right this time. Divine Regal, this for my black people. Loose suit troops, we will not stay mute. We would not make it easier to shoot our youth. We would not stay silent as this war proceeds. We out fighting for our wants and our needs. I gotta explain to my daughters when they get proper age. The world is full of rage, minimum wages and open cages. But you can find ways to maneuver through maneuvering. It's true, you just gotta stay beautifully you. Our duties laid out in front of us, each and every one of us. The prize goes to the winners and not the runners up. Stay focused, stay persistent and grow. We still got a long ways to go, but this is for my black people, black people, black people, people, for my black people, black people. We wanna stay alive and thrive, fuck being equal. This for my black people, black people, black people, people, black people. Black people, we gotta get it right this time. Divine Regal, this for my black people. Dedicated to Lola MC, Fiona MC, and Naya MC. Rest in peace to everybody we lost this year and in the past over police brutality.
Hell yeah. Well, baby,
we got a long way to go.
Baby MC.
Just know we still working on it.
Babies.
This right here is for
Gotta get
black
it
people.
going, young boy.
Peace, 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 peace.
Yo.
You already know what time it is. We're live right here on I-702.5 FM. This is Craft Conversations, episode 133.
Bang, bang.
Remember, the show focuses on current topics in the culture, including but not limited to art scene, music scene, more specifically hip-hop, foodie scene, and of course the craft beer scene. These are opinionated topics that stem from bar talk with the homies.
Hey.
And it's all fueled by dope-ass craft beers. It's your man, LaRon MC.
It's your boy K Bridges, K. Bridges if you write it down.
Just Tracks is missing in action.
He's somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there in the metasphere. Yo, remember at this time every week we let you know what times we popping, and if you're watching on Facebook Live, make sure you hit us in the comments, let us know what tops we popping.
Yes, sir.
That was terrible. And we will let you know what we popping. What do you don't hear anything?
I don't hear nothing.
Wave at her so she come through. So keeping it going within the function.
You can hear me, we Gucci.
And in motion. What we sipping on today is Big Dog's Tripel Dog Dare.
Tripel. See, I was finna say triple, but that's Tripel, huh? Just can't hear it. So we talking about Tripel instead of triple. So it ain't Triple Dog Dare, it's Tripel Dog Dare.
Yeah,
like that.
Tripel for the Belgian style Tripel.
Is that a double entendre or is that a pun? What is that?
Little pun action.
Right.
Little pun action.
All right,
Yep,
there
yep.
we go. There. Pristine. Cool. I mean, they got some motherfucking.
It's bumping up.
I know, right?
Y'all hear all that sub we hear, and they throwing a party here.
That shit rumble in the jungle.
It's going crazy. Sound like some slap though.
Right. All right, we missed you last week, man. Or has it been 2 weeks we missed you?
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, bro. It's been a minute, man. You know, I've just been out here grinding this festival season, so I'm, popping up at all the festivals and whatnot. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be back. Happy to say what's up to the people, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
I've seen some of the topics y'all been talking about. I've been trying to chime in here and there when I can. But we back at it now, bro. We back at it. You know, it's been a whole bunch of shit going on since I last pulled up in here, man.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about the Ja Morant situation.
Yeah, I was just finna say,
let's
man,
not jump
what's
into
young
that
boy,
one
man?
first. You know, I always got to play a little.
My nigga forgot he was in a real NBA. He in the NBA YoungBoy League right now.
Right. All right. Let's try to run this real quick so I can.
Yeah, what we running?
But there are some exceptions. But I kind of think that the whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." It's like really you're going to work from home and you're going to make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're going to make the people who make your food that gets delivered that they can't work from home. The people that come fix your house, they can't work from home, but you can.
So he never
Does that
works
seem
from home.
morally right? That's messed up.
You see it as a moral issue?
Yes.
I mean, I see it more as
And
just
it's a productivity issue, but it's
Yeah.
also a moral issue. People should get off the goddamn moral high horse with the work from home.
Moral high horse?
Oh, wow. We talking about that?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, as a former employee in the world of the tech space, back when I was living in Oakland, working in San Francisco, man, doing sales for a tech company, even before the pandemic happened, we already had some work from home options. And then when the pandemic happened, man, I'll tell you, the productivity level was just about the same, but the quality of life level was way higher, man. Way higher. And the productivity didn't dip or nothing like that. So as a moral issue, like, I guess he's saying, what, you want to make it easier on yourself? And, like, what's that going to hurt the company or something? Like, ain't no company's bottom line's been getting hurt from people working from home.
Well, first of all, I think
you
it's
want to be a slave driver.
Right. Exactly.
You know
I think it's a very weird sentiment to
Productivity ain't went
immediately go to a moral issue for people who want to work at home. And then, like, the
They
examples
still working, ain't they?
the examples that he gave was like, this person can't cook at the restaurant. Of course they can't cook from home.
Right.
Like, that don't even make sense. That was a
Right.
dumbass. He's supposed to be a smart,
And he a
intelligent
billionaire.
person.
You think he over there cooking for himself? You think he over there working out the
Nah,
office
not at
every
all.
single day?
Not at all. So why do he
My
feel
boy
like
worked at Tesla in Fremont. He ain't never seen Elon Musk one time.
why do he feel like he's qualified to even speak on, unless it's from the slave driver aspect of
Well, I do believe that, like, true hardcore capitalists, we talking about the billionaires, like the empire builders, the people that squash all the capital in order to squeeze all the profits out. I believe that in their minds, it is morally detestable for workers to ask for anything. That's why they don't like unions. That's why they don't want workers having any power, because they feel like they providing all this stuff for you, and now you over here wanting to ask too much when they could just go and get somebody else. He's like, I could just pay somebody else for your job. That's how they always be thinking, you know what I'm saying? They think everybody's expendable, and expendable people shouldn't be making demands. I think that's really what it comes down to.
You think expendable people shouldn't be making demands?
I feel like that's how they believe. I don't think anybody's expendable. Like, how you gonna build an empire without workers? That's how I look at it. But.
Scotty.
Hey, Scotty on the line. Oh yeah, you gotta roll over. You gotta roll over to the other side of the bed real quick. Cool side of the pillow.
Hey, Bono.
And I could barely hear y'all.
Can't hear us. Hey, call the station, brother. All right, cool.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so
But yeah, they what I will say about is the super rich. Like, I do believe that in their minds, it is a moral issue that workers don't want to just keep working for whatever, you know what I mean? That workers asking for better conditions or better work-life balance or whatever to them. I think it is a moral issue to them, because it's basically the workers trying to tell them that you're not
a
giving
moral
me enough.
issue though.
For the people that's building the companies, you know, they tied up, their identities is in it. They feel like you ungrateful, spoiled little brats asking me for too much type
But
shit.
I mean, morality is, I feel like, the wrong terminology to use for that, though.
You know what's crazy? So I was actually listening to a TED Talk when I was running earlier, right? And it was talking about does hard work make you a good person, right? I was like, that sounds interesting, so I clicked on that, right? and it's basically was going off all these little indexes like across cultures and across like working cultures or whatever, and how we see hard work as being a moral substitute for productivity, right? So tell me if this is true. This was kind of the point they was making. In most working environments, even if you're not that productive, if you work hella hard.
Hold on real quick. Peace, peace. Can we hear you?
Is he back on?
Peace, peace. That's a little better.
That's a little better. There we go.
So they were saying So they was
Wait,
saying,
let me fill him in real quick.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
We got Scotty Bono on the line, of
What up,
course.
Scotty?
I don't know if you heard this week. I played that. I just played that Elon Musk clip about working from home being a morality issue.
For who, by the way?
Right.
No, I haven't seen that.
So I don't think I'll be able to replay it through the thing. But basically, he was saying, and you correct me if I'm wrong, that he think that it's a morality issue for all of these work at home situations, because it's like you want the person that makes your cars to go to work, and you want the person that cooks your food to go to work, but you feel like you're on a higher level than these people because you want to stay at home and work.
Right. That's basically what
Just
he was saying. He was saying like that ain't fair to everybody else. I think that's stupid, man.
I mean, some jobs just make a setup where you can do it from home. Niggas go.
It ain't nobody working that's
on,
gonna have a problem with that, right?
Man, I've been working from home for 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah, you've been working from home for
Hey,
a
but
grip.
the productivity still stay pretty much the same, don't it? But the
Man,
work-life
they say
balance is better.
They say productivity went up.
Went up, if anything.
But see, so that's what's crazy, right?
Exactly.
I don't even think that
It's not a productivity issue.
To him, I don't think so. The way he's saying it, it don't even sound like,
You should
know
be
what I'm saying?
ashamed of
Yeah, you
yourself,
should be
you
ashamed
little
of
workers.
You should be ashamed of yourself, you lazy fuck.
Right,
You want to
exactly.
wake up and do, but he not thinking about, because
For
he
the
don't.
elitists, that is their morality.
Very elitist,
That
but he
is their
not.
morality.
But you can't portray it. You can't like project your morality on like the common folks, for lack of a better term. But like the
These niggas be having God complexes. And
Exactly.
Shit, man. 'Cause
The,
they making billions. We talking about God status money in this society.
not thinking about, I think not thinking about the positives that working from home affords people of those incomes is a morality issue, because you got parents, single parents that might not be able to afford daycare from the job that's not paying them enough to have daycare. They can stay home and work and still keep an eye on their kid and take care of their job. He don't give a fuck about none of that. He just, yo, get off your lazy ass.
Yeah.
Come on location.
That's how it always is, though, Brad. It wasn't no different back. Yeah, go ahead.
He got God tier money. He don't care really about the problems of us peasants.
Again, it's like I was saying to Ron, like he looking at workers as expendable, and you don't want people that's expendable asking all these demands and trying to make their lives easier, because you'll just replace them. But we do have a complex where working hard is akin to being a good person or like doing your best. But sometimes, Brad, it ain't about working hard. It's about working smart. It's about working efficiently.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I think that is very. I'm trying to find the right word to say. I don't want to say evil, because that's the first thing on the tip of my tongue. It could be hypocritical. That might be better than me just blatantly.
Guarantee you this nigga has a home office.
Just blatantly saying that it's evil, right? Because
I guarantee you got a home office.
But I feel like he's trying to subliminally put messages in people's heads to make them feel less word. Because it's propaganda. Because if people listen to what he's saying, it would benefit him and people like him more than it would benefit the actual people who he's talking to about it. Right, word. Exactly. So if I tell you that I think that it's lame for you to try to work from home, then you might think maybe it is, and start, you know what I'm saying, rushing to go back to these places and shit. It's like, I think that's.
But hard work is the peasant's golden rule, you know? I mean, hard work, just work hard, and you're living a good life if you're working hard. He's like, you aren't working hard enough, you lazy bums.
Man, that trickle down, pull yourself up by the bootstraps is a myth.
Exactly. Why they
You
step
ain't
on
gonna ever
everybody
get
bootstraps, nigga? They stepping on your
right.
bootstrap.
They
Why
put
you can't pull up? Why you ain't pulling up, bro?
they dunking you down in cement boots.
Right.
right. Get
But
stronger.
no, but
Pull your leg out. Get
here's
stronger.
here's the underlying issue though, that if you really dig into it, I bet he owned commercial properties, or his friends do. People aren't renting offices like that anymore. So
That's a
people
big
got these
thing,
$1 million
too.
buildings that are half rented out.
I was just looking at this little news report a few days ago about how New York, Washington D.C., and San Francisco have had a 30 to 35% drop in office space rentals since the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole
Right.
industry that's literally on a bubble right now. So if you think about what he's doing, really is what he's trying to do is protect his interests. You know what I'm saying? While at the same time trying to finger wag
Manipulate.
at motherfuckers.
He's
you
trying
know
to
what I'm saying?
manipulate
Yeah,
people
you know
into
what I mean?
into
Yeah.
doing what benefits his common interest, or
Right.
people that think like him. Or
But
you
I
know.
do believe that he feels that his common interest is the common interest. I do believe he believes that. I do think he thinks that way.
Why would you think
This
that?
whole-
That's what an elitist
from-
mentality.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah, but just from over the years, especially like the last couple years, I pay a lot of attention to what he says. He's a big cultural figure now. Ever since he was before, but when he bought Twitter, like, he supercharged his cultural cachet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's the public town square. Now he's the overlord of that shit or whatever. And since then, he been letting it all hang out. He been saying everything he wants. You know what I'm saying? And some people like it, whatever, because some people look at the fact. Some people do believe that billionaires should be able to dictate what happens because they must be the smartest people among
Who are
us.
those
if they
people?
made billions, what you call them? The proletariats, the peasants.
Oh,
Isn't that called a That's called a patriarchy, right?
Oh, he's
well, I
definitely
thought that
part
was
of the patriarchy.
male
I think it's called
dominated.
a patriarchy.
Yeah, but
No,
what I'm saying
no,
is
not that.
a lot
I
of
said it
people.
wrong.
It's the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. Patriarchy is male
It's like more like the
dominated.
system, yeah, the male-dominated system. He's definitely a part of that.
Right, yeah,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, bro, like, at the end of the day, like, man, the comments he making ain't too different from comments I've heard from Bezos or Bill Gates or
I don't think
different
that's an
things.
argument. I think that goes without saying. Like,
It's more like a class warfare mindset than it is like a what's true or what's not. It's more
I just think
like
it's
a
nasty
class
work,
thing.
bruh, to go on a platform and try to persuade people into like your format to where you're gonna have. I
These
would
people
hope.
can't stand poor people. They can't stand the people that
Hey,
work
man,
for them. They
that-
can't stand them.
Listen, the poor people is the ones that's keeping them where they at.
Right? But they don't. They see it like that, but they look at it like, oh, well, you sand at the beach. Yeah, I need sand at the beach, but I'll just go get another scoop of sand at this scoop. Like, they don't look at it like
Yeah, no,
individual.
my mind can't even. My mind can't even wrap around that shit. I actually don't even want to hear that.
There's plenty of
I damn near-
y'all,
I
and
just-
only one of me.
Nah, it's a lot of them too.
It's a few hundred, it's thousands of them now. man.
It's a nice amount.
And just to correct myself before they start going crazy in the compliments, it's plutocracy.
All right. There we go. Because I knew patriarchy was wrong.
That is
yeah.
plutocracy.
Yeah.
Still began with a
Where
P.
money
Right, PP.
money
You got the P
interests
right.
run the government.
You got the P right. Pushing P.
Pushyocracy.
Pushing P.
Yeah.
It's a backiotomy.
Right.
Yeah, I said ever since you got with me, it was a pussyocracy.
All right, let's get Ja out the way, man. Shooters.
said what?
Let's get Ja. Let's get the Ja Morant topic out the way.
Ja finna be a shooter
At
in
the
the
top of the
NBA
show.
Youngboy League, man. He said I'll make worse, give more stats.
Say shooting on and off the court.
Okay,
I'm a shooter.
so do we want to go from the angle of
Go
Are we
whichever
really
whichever
trying
angle
to-
you want to go. Let's.
because at the
Pause.
at the end of the day,
I feel that felt plausible.
it's a bull. I mean, if you all right,
Yeah.
pause. But look, bro, like at first I was mad at the homies that was with him and shit, right? But then when I kept watching the video, it looked like soon as he seen that nigga flash the gun, that nigga actually dropped the phone on his lap. Like, oh shit, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Cause that nigga, they fucking up their own bag, nigga. If they let that nigga do that shit, that's number one. Change your friends. Number two is to have all that commentary about I need to take accountability, I understand all the people I hurt, yada yada yada, with my actions, blah blah blah, and then what was this? 2-3 months later since the last incident?
Yeah. Well, I think change your mentality is first before change your friends. Because if your friends wasn't there, you know what I'm saying, you still got the same mentality.
Are you just gonna find some more bum niggas to hype you up?
Yeah. You can always find, cronies.
A knucklehead.
Well, what is this mentality though? Because from what I've been hearing, reading, and
Well, nah, fuck all that.
He didn't even grow up in the streets like
fuck
that.
all that.
So
fuck
why
all
does
that.
he
Fuck
got
all
that
that. Fuck all that.
mentality,
Fuck all
nigga?
that. Let's go back.
Is that even a mentality?
Let's go back in time to our argument about Ja Morant the first time this shit happened.
Right.
And you
trying to defend him.
was trying to be the Bell Bondsman.
Trying to defend
You was
him.
trying to be the Bell Bondsman. You trying to
Hey.
tell me like, yo, man, he been poor longer than he been rich.
Hey.
When is he supposed to push the
I
button?
mean, poor than rich.
$100 million should push the button for you, bro.
should.
Multiple hundreds of millions or whatever the
But
fuck.
remember, my main argument was about his age and his.
Yeah,
you know what
that
I'm
too.
saying? Trying to give him trying to give him a pat on the shoulder and
You trying to shoot him grace. You
consequence.
had grace in your
And so
Bill
did the
Bondsman
NBA.
gun.
And so did really his whole fan base. But come on, Brad. 3 months later, you gonna spit in the face of everybody that just gave you all the. I feel like my nigga spit in my face.
He did.
Me personally.
You was a supporter.
I was like, damn, John, I had your back, nigga. Like, you over there. Nigga over there listening to NBA Youngboy dancing around with guns and shit.
All right, so look, Scotty, I seen an argument.
Yeah.
They had put some white cat that was supposedly in the All-Star game or some shit some years back. I can't even remember his name because he was a nobody, like 2013, 2016, between 2013 and 2016. And he was in a gun shop, and he had like some hunter rifles pointed at the gun shop, and then he had a picture of him sitting on the couch with his hunter rifles up in the air and shit. And people was like, yo, he never got suspended from one game. But to make it racy,
because he had his hunting rifles in there.
because to make it racy, they saying that it's like we throw our own away or some shit like that. Do you think it's any credence to that argument?
You mean we as
Let's
black
really
people?
dig into that.
You mean we as black people,
Go
or are
ahead.
you talking about the league?
I'm never talking about the league.
Okay, I got you.
I'm talking about us because I'm coming from the angle that we are us. We not the league. I don't give a fuck what the league think. I'm talking about the general perception of people speaking on that situation. So, what?
All right, so we got to dig into that. So
You got to wait more
it's
than 3
becoming
months.
a dog.
Because niggas had his bag.
Go ahead, brother.
My bad, brother. Go ahead.
It's becoming a dog whistle at this point. They're using that thug word again when they really want to use niggas. So they doing this thug adjacent thing. So they're associating thug, quote, air quotes, thug culture with rap music that's making him act like that. Now we can have a whole other conversation about that.
What you think
But
is making
here's
him
the
act
thing.
like that?
Let him finish.
But here's the thing. There's absolutely no reason for you to be doing it. You 200 M's.
Oh, wait for
You
that.
200 M's up in life, man.
I was ready, bro.
Bruh. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. 8.1.
Right.
Here's the thing. 8.2 that I really need. That I have to take a step back and understand.
Yeah.
That man did absolutely nothing illegal.
Illegal, true. True.
But the illegality of it is not the
He ain't going to
issue, in
jail.
my opinion.
He ain't going to jail.
It's not necessarily about legality. Of course,
He's not going to jail.
guns are legal
Bro,
and whatever.
hold on, but our culture, we pose with guns differently than somebody sending out a Christmas card holding AR-15s. We pose with our guns bouncing in the whip. You know what I'm saying? We in the Chevys playing our music. We posing with our guns. We just do it differently. But we can't be naive and say we can't let him off the hook for trying to portray something he is not.
Well, does he have a responsibility as the figure that he is
Yes.
to the greater community?
Yes.
Only if he takes on that responsibility.
No,
everybody else is putting that
No,
responsibility.
he does. Whether he's putting it on himself or not.
Okay.
Because of the contract.
Right.
Because of the contract. That's
Like
it.
if you
That's
sign
the
the
only thing.
contract,
But
you
be-
sign in
But
responsibility.
listen to what I'm saying.
But that's white people dictating how we supposed to present ourselves and our culture.
Yo, listen.
It is
If
a
we're not
business.
thinking about how white people, the white person's perception of whatever our culture is concerned, let's look at it for a second, just like from a small window, just from us, as I guess elder statesmen, so to speak. How do we feel when we see the young brothers doing things like that?
I feel a lot like I see when I see all the other young brothers who ain't 100 millionaires doing this dumb shit. Kind of similar. Like, it's tragic. If I got a chance to be in the middle of something, I do what I can.
So
but
I get that,
I don't
but
know.
there's more responsibility on somebody whose eyes are, you know what I'm saying? You signed up to play ball, right? But this ain't Rucker Park. This is $200 million in. This is
Well, somebody gassing this
is
nigga,
this is shoe deals. This is young black brothers
Powerade.
Powerade. This is young black brothers watching this platform. You signed up to be on this platform.
True.
Whether you sign up on this platform just for money or not, there are things that come along with the platform. You have to be conscious and aware of the power that you have in that platform. Now, if you
But
just
if you're
don't care or
surrounded
give
by
a fuck,
people-
then unsurround yourself by people.
But that's what I'm saying is he doesn't seem to be able to do that because every time
No,
we
he's
see him
able to
in the
do it.
videos,
He's just
who do
not
we see
doing
him
it. He's
with?
able to do it. He's just not doing it.
Well, able, capable, yes, he's capable, but some ain't clicking yet. Some ain't clicking. Somebody got to be in the other corner, a different kind of
Hopefully it ain't that gun.
for this nigga.
Word up. Nah, but
We really gonna throw away the shooter.
the point is,
I'm not giving them as much leeway as last time. I can't.
Nah, you giving a
regardless
little.
of age,
You giving a
regardless
little.
of age.
You
it's
putting a
just-
little less down on the bill today.
I just want him to surround. I think
You don't
it
want
should
him to get right out. You
I
want
think
him
he
to
should
get.
be suspended for a year.
You want him to sit a
personally.
night, a year, a whole year.
I believe that personally. I think he deserves a year for this.
You, Scotty,
I believe he deserves a year. He's not going to get a year, but I believe
Scotty.
he
To be
deserves a year.
suspended,
you think
I
a year
believe
for
so.
suspension?
Personally, I think so.
I'm still on the fence.
I feel like a year.
I
and
get all.
Everybody
I get all
else said
the,
less time than me, the big heads on the media and shit, but I feel like a year is because of the speed of with which it happened when he just apologized. It was basically a slap in the face to everything. Like, it's not just the action, it's the arrogance behind it. It's the disregard of what you represent to
man.
that highest degree. He
No.
deserves a year to me for this.
I can't even do that. I can't even do that, man.
You
These
can't do it
kids
here?
going away different. These kids going
I'm talking about
away
jail, bro.
different.
I'm talking about. I'm not
They-
talking about
they-
jail though.
They in the social media era where, you know, niggas want to go live. Show me
Clout
I'm with
ain't
I'm
worth
around.
100
You know what I'm
million.
saying? Man, nigga, let me talk.
What he would? My bad. My bad.
They in this social media area where they want to broadcast everything for clout. Them clout points worth just as much as money because if your shit trending up and people tuning in, you can get paid from that. Whether or not he's doing that, I don't know. But here's the duality in this. A whole bunch of things can be true at the same time in this
True.
situation.
Facts,
Did he
facts.
do anything wrong? Technically, no.
But legally,
You talking
no.
about legally wrong?
Legally, no.
Right, legally, no. Legally, no. The pose is just different. With the music in the background is different. They listen to Christian contemporary music while posing in pajamas with ARs. He listening to YoungBoy.
Right. It got to
Now, what?
Go ahead.
So now you got to start going pros and cons. So if I'm portraying myself this way, and this contract I signed is basically going to make me the new face of the NBA in about maybe
That's done.
3 years. When I don't know when Giannis going to sit down.
That shit done.
But basically, when LeBron, we look at John Morant more than we look at Giannis. I think. It's like, yo, so what am I willing?
It means.
What am I willing to sacrifice to keep these? I mean, that's arguable. That's besides.
That's
the point.
super arguable. Yeah, but go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, John Morant's flashy. Giannis is the old school, back you down, turn around.
Nah, his
turn around,
accent
jump.
helps with him not being as electric as Ja, man. Like there's a
And,
big thing,
hold on.
yeah, with the foreign aspect of it.
He
So
get more leeway than a nigga.
Watch
With a
this.
regular name?
He's not an African. He's not an African American. The expectations on him are totally different
Yeah, Nigerian, Grecian.
because the accent. Hold on. Dare I say it? He's a safe Negro.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't act like that.
Yeah,
way.
he's smiling
You get
and
what I'm
happy
saying?
and
All kind of pejoratives out there. You know?
Right. He's no. That's an argument for he's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
This is how all you Negroes
So, I
should
don't
act.
even-
It's a model Negro.
Right. I don't even like.
But look, John.
That's exactly what they want to push. Go ahead.
John, the bubble, I get. Like, if you put any one of the incidents, even the one where he's beating on dude that was fucking with his sister, you put all these incidents in their own little bubbles. It's like, okay, you can, like, okay, I get what you're saying. It's like, he didn't do nothing illegal, this and that and this and that. But, bruh, we talking about 3 months removed from an incident that's almost identical.
Wait, hold up. Are you arguing why you think he should have a year suspension?
I'm arguing why I think he should be heavily penalized. My personal standpoint is
the year is the...
My standpoint is 1 year.
Okay.
Because we talking about, like, bruh, if he's not a role model and he's not supposed to be the face of the NBA, then we wouldn't be talking about this right now, right? Little kids is looking up to this cat. Now, he just can't, to me, I think he tanked himself by coming out with this deep, probably pre-written, I guess he didn't write it from his heart, apology, right?
The original one?
Yeah, the original one from the last incident.
Okay.
And about how after he got 8 games suspended, right? And he went to rehab for like 5 days. So they're like, oh, he's cured.
96 hours.
96 hours.
What kind of rehab?
Cured.
What kind of rehab was that?
I was like behavioral or
Right,
something.
exactly. We don't even know all those details.
Right. Went to
What
somebody
happens
else.
in that rehab? Like, do they show pictures of people with guns and shit? And be like, no. And then they show happy. They show smiley Negroes with no gun in their hand, and they like ding ding check. This you
Right.
gun and smiling Negro check.
I think because he got underpassed last time, and because he came back with such similarity so quickly, I think it obviously shows that he didn't learn the lesson at all. And I think in order to save his long-term career, he needs actually enough time away from the game to actually get his mind straight. I mean, if you know you coming back sometime during the year, in my opinion, again, it's just me, you're gonna walk through everything, go through all the motions, and check all the boxes just like he did in the 8 days.
I think a year is excess.
But if you know that you don't have an opportunity to come back this whole year,
why a year? He didn't do it. He didn't do anything illegal.
But the illegality of it is not the issue.
That's relevant though.
It is okay.
Detrimental.
Wait, hold up. I understand what you're saying now that I think about it. I understand why you're putting emphasis on whether it was legal or not, as opposed to not living up to the standard.
A standard set by everyone else.
Well, a standard set by the league and the contract that he signed.
Exactly, like
that's somebody. That's everyone else. That's
that's his employer, my nigga.
That's
I
true.
might just be extra salty because I had his back last time too.
He's trying to. Yo, Scotty, you trying to throw the book at him?
I gave your ass a chance.
Now watch this.
You made me look like a fool.
Hold on. I'm about to throw some bullshit in the game. Y'all ready?
All right, here we go.
Every time African Americans flaunt their 2A rights, everybody get up in arms. No pun intended.
Repeat.
Every time black folks start touting they got guns and ready to, you know what I'm saying? We prepared too. Hold on.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
Master don't want the niggas having.
I don't agree with that.
Do you think the imagery of what John did
I think
matters
that's a whole different. I think that's a whole different thing.
Imagery matters. It makes a difference, right?
I think
How it come across makes a difference.
But
what you think about the imagery of what he did? What do you think about it? Like, you think it was
imagery
like
matters
it's
to
okay?
Imagery matters to a certain point. We can't fall into respectability politics where black people feel like they need to police themselves and do things a certain way to be accepted in society.
No, you don't have to, but you don't have to be sitting in the car waving a gun to some
What about the
NBA
kids?
young
What about
boy?
the young black boys that look up to John?
That
respectability?
But that's that's not culture. We're not gonna put that shit on culture like that's just the culture of these young brothers out here is like dancing the jig with a pistol. Like
No, I mean, all right. So watch this.
Are you saying we should
Ja
accept
Morant is
whatever niggas do as culture?
Hold on. Watch this. Ja Morant is Cameron. The NBA is Ace Boogie. Let me see if y'all pick up on that.
You talking about Rico? You talking about Killer playing Rico?
You ain't got to be dancing all in the videos with your guns and stuff out, man. We trying to get this. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that ain't the same.
Get what I'm saying now?
I get what you're saying, but I don't think that works in this scenario.
I hear what you're saying, but
the dynamic is the same.
What are you saying
the dynamic
specifically
is the same.
about?
You fucking up the church's money is the point.
Yeah, but how are you
doing all this extra?
Okay, but my nigga, that is a way different scenario. That is street politics connected with, hold on. That's street politics connected with business. Yeah. We talking about a ball player, an NBA ball player. I'm not trying to like
I feel like they make it worse.
Yo, I'm not trying to like broaden the spectrum on that shit. I'm trying to pinpoint the fact that this person, Ja Morant, this brother, this young brother is in a position of power, whether he wants to accept it or not, and that's a different story. But at some point, you have to accept it because you accepting the checks. When you accepting the checks, you have to accept
the consequences.
How people are perceiving you in that environment, and you have to act accordingly in that environment for you to continue to process these checks and move a certain way.
This conversation got me hot because I was so on to give him a pass last time, bro, and he said, "Fuck y'all niggas."
I don't disagree with any of those points. That's why I said we're going to have to recognize the duality in this, and a whole bunch of things are going to be right at the same time. I think the thing that I'm arguing is, at what point I'm trying to choose my words carefully.
Do we let it go or something?
Do we stop being policed for being part of the of our culture?
But that ain't part of our culture. That's my point. But that's
what I was going to next. Even though that's not the face of the culture.
It's putting yourself on camera. That's the face of the current
hip hop culture.
Is putting yourself on camera the same thing as being policed from the background?
I got a problem with that terminology.
Is that the same thing? Like you going above and beyond to put yourself in a bad image situation in a league that's paying you partly for image.
Yo, listen, you know
what was bad about
it. Yo, check it out. He knows what was bad about it because the first time he did it, they told him, "Yo, nigga, this not what you're supposed to be doing." He said, "All right, cool. Whether I agree with you or not in my spirit, I'm going to agree in person that this was a bad move for me to do as far as my career is concerned." And then months later, you do the same thing. You know.
That's why.
I'm not trying to do this on no like no kind of like OG authority type shit, because as a normal
stand on your words.
As a normal regular person,
stand on your words.
As a normal regular person, we fuck up all the time. I'm gonna speak for myself. I fuck up all the time. I've done things multiple times that I knew I should have learned a lesson the first time that I did it. But there was not generational wealth on the line.
Right. And the fact that you didn't learn the lesson is probably more than likely why you was able to do it again.
No. I learned the lesson. I just chose to do that shit again. Whether I made an impulsive decision to choose to do it at that moment, or whether it was a subliminal thing, I have to have responsibility for my shit. I should have sat in that situation and be like, "Yo, I just got fucked up for this same shit. I'm doing it again."
What about this, y'all? He came out with a statement taking accountability, and then he went back and redid the same
exactly
thing
what
again.
I just said.
I know, but like, is that in and of itself enough for him to be for him to get consequences? Nothing illegal, nothing whatever, but you in that stage, you're on that platform.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But I feel like Scotty's saying,
I agree with that.
That's the other people policing
you.
But you're the one who said the apology. You're the one who took accountability. If you never did that,
you accepted. That your job. You accepted that your job has certain consequences for doing this thing, and you do it again. So I agree with that point.
Okay.
I think it's getting muddy because you said something about policing, but I don't think you was necessarily using that
I feel
as like set in stone ideology
like
for the
act
situation.
Right under our umbrella.
Yeah, that's
kick you out.
yeah. That's the way he took it with that policing situation. But I don't think that was necessarily it. Whatever fucking job you go to, there's a list of things that you gotta fucking adhere to.
It ain't like black businesses don't fire people for making the business look bad. You know what I mean? Like if you make the business you working for look bad.
And that's on the low end level.
Yeah.
You can't, you can't work at a regular spot and go online and be like, yo, these motherfuckers trash.
Right.
You'll get fired.
Right.
You can't talk bad about the company.
Or be in the back of the barbecue restaurant, nigga, flashing your pistol.
Right, doing the 21 gun salute. Right, you out of here.
And then just back to work like you didn't do nothing, nigga. When there's thousands of people on live looking like, who get to do that?
Prime example of what you.
Hello, man.
Come on, nigga.
Hello, man.
Prime example of what you talking about. A restaurant, a place in Gary. I ain't gonna put the name out.
Okay.
This girl in the bathroom making.
No.
Oh, you know the story?
Video.
Yo, we already talked about that.
They fired her.
They should have.
Wait, she was doing some lewd acts.
Hold on, KB. Hold on, fam. Hold on. But that goes to your point of even small black businesses gonna put people out that's misrepresenting their brand.
You know what's different about that? Wasn't she on property when she did that shit? She did that shit in the bathroom of the establishment.
On the clock.
So that's totally. I think that's a little.
I said that the NBA is a world property.
That's true. And man.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a good point.
That's a good ass point. That's a great point. All right, cool. I can't even argue that.
That's a great point. You can't even argue that.
Because I've seen some people.
I can't even argue that.
That's shocking.
Why, man? Listen, I don't just argue for no reason, man. I argue when I don't agree with something. When I agree with something, I agree with it.
For sure.
We not Skip and Shannon, man. I don't come here just to disagree with you. It's only when I don't agree. But I agree with that wholeheartedly.
It was trash in 2016.
Yeah, so I got nothing else to say about that.
That one was a dagger right in the chest.
Yeah, that was a bar, right?
Right.
Hey man, I don't even want to get into NBA.
He don't want to get out of it. Now
he get into the Lakers loss?
He like I gotta win.
You want to get into the Lakers loss?
Oh, you want to get into Warriors loss? Because you wasn't here last week. Yeah. You want to do some comments? We want to talk about losses, or you want to move on? You want to move on?
We can move on. We can definitely just move it along, right?
Yo, let's move on. What was this? San Francisco. Y'all heard about that Walgreens? Was it security guard?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was crazy, man. There was no reason for him to shoot that man.
I didn't see the video, so y'all run it by me.
Don't do that.
I mean,
don't do that.
No. Yo, I'm not saying show me the video. I mean, like run it by me by words. Like tell me what the situation was.
From what I remember of the video, I watched it a couple times. When the video started, when I watched it, they was already like having a conversation. Security guard and dude that was in there with the white T-shirt or whatever T-shirt on, and from what I could glean, he was trying to get out of there with like some toothbrushes and like he was trying to grab some, but like a couple little things and like get up out of there. And San Francisco,
some essentials.
Yeah, but San Francisco been going through, Oakland as well. A lot of metro areas been going through this rampant crime wave in places like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Walgreens.
Man, chill on that, dude.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying. I'm giving a synopsis. That's not my opinion right now. I'm just giving a synopsis.
That is your opinion because ain't no rampant crime waves.
Oh, I know niggas that, man, shit. I know niggas that's in on it. But anyway. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm not even hating. What I'm saying is this. This nigga over there is simping for Walgreens is what I'm coming around to, the security guard. But
you have a weird way of coming around to it.
I'm trying to set up the table.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to set up the table.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
Like, where this Walgreens is at, where it's at is a very heavily
crime-ridden.
It's an upscale area of downtown, and there's like crime around it. But this area, like, it's you gotta have money to live in this area.
Okay.
But you don't gotta have money to walk through the area.
Well, anywhere in San Francisco, right? I almost said San Fran. I didn't want you scoffing at me.
Thank you. Now, some areas that it's really off limits. but most places are accessible. But it's so many hills and shit. The hills, niggas, thugs don't want to walk up hills to go rob shit, nigga. Come on. But anyways, we get off topic right now. So anyways, they was tussling in the front.
Thugs are lazy?
They was tussling in the front. It's inefficient. They was tussling in the front of the store, inside the store still. And then they going back and forth, and then bruh like grabs the young nigga. He looks like the nigga that's stealing looks like he's hella young. I don't even know if he was stealing. This is just what I'm reading off the comments in a little report. But I'm watching the video. The video just looks like two niggas getting after it. One security and one not security. So they tussling, and then he finally he headlocks him, whips him around, and then pushes him to the door. And then he stands at the door, and he's about to go. And then he turns around, the nigga that's not security, and like, yo, what's up? Like, you know, probably just talking shit like, nigga, you didn't whip my ass or something. And then all of a sudden, nigga fucking pushes him out the door. And then I'm not even sure, from what I remember, I didn't even see what provoked this. But security nigga just took out his gun and popped that nigga, and he laid on the ground. And this is actually was the crazy part. When he's laying on the ground, like sprawled out, shaking, security dude is just standing over him, and hella passersby, like on the streets, like a shopping little district, where they're just walking around this nigga like he not even here. And then that's the end of the video. So that's what I seen. And
did he shoot him again when he was on the ground?
No, I didn't see that happen.
Okay, so
I shot him once and put him on the ground.
I just saw this happen. And I stopped at a gas station, like a little service spot, 7-Eleven and shit, on the way coming this way. And there was a dude behind the counter. It was I don't know what his ethnicity was. He wasn't black. And there was some brothers in there, some young brothers, but then there was some older, like 50, 60-year-old black people in there. And the brother just starts going off on the cashier. Ooh, I'll pick this up and throw it at your motherfucking ass, like, boom, just threatening and the whole nine. And dude just you could tell he's scared. His voice started trembling. The cashier, he's like, yo, just get out, boom, get out, woo. And he like, yo, I'll beat your ass, I'll kill you, like all kinds of shit. He just saying like all kind of shit. And he ends up going ahead and leaving out. And all of the older black people that were in there, older than me, they immediately looked to me and they like, yo, this generation. Yo, these young kids.
It was a young nigga?
Say something.
Right, they like, so why?
They scared too.
Nah, I don't think it's necessarily a fear thing. It's
you don't think so?
Nah, those folks wasn't scared, man. They were just,
I mean, to actually intervene, though, with one of these young niggas.
Well, intervening is a totally different thing in most of these places. Like, in, like, large metropolitan areas, people aren't going to intervene in certain shit. Like you just seen dude in New York, yeah, right.
So that just leads to the answer to the question of why they just watching.
No, nobody asked the question about why they was just watching.
I thought Scotty asked how come they didn't do nothing. Maybe I misheard that.
Yeah, I think you did.
Right.
But
I
don't want to assign fear to people, but at the same time, you're not about to put yourself in a situation to people got. You don't know what people got. Like, they got kids at home. I know I got kids at home. I'm not about to hop into no wild shit that might endanger myself from getting home to my kids. I do think it would be a difficult thing for me to just watch somebody get clapped.
What do you think about, like, how people, when in a lot of these, let's call them black trauma videos, right, where something's happening, a young man does something, or even a young woman, and then gets accosted either by the law or some other citizens, passersby, who think they're doing the right thing, and everybody in the comments is like, how y'all just gonna be filming this shit and y'all not actually doing nothing to help your fellow black person? Like, that's trash. If that was me, I wouldn't just film. Like, fuck the camera.
Hey Scotty, what was that battle rap dude's name?
Battle rap.
Who?
The battle rapper that got killed. He was trying to break up a fight.
Ooh.
And he got murdered.
Oh, I can't remember his name. That was like a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's tragic.
He was dope too. Just to put that out there, I can't remember the brother's name. I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, that just happened not too long ago.
Yeah, he was a well-known battle rapper, like very like top tier, elite like level of battle rapper.
Right,
and he was a big dude. He was a big dude, and he was he injected himself in a situation that he wasn't necessarily involved in, and got murdered. So people seeing that and hearing that, why would they interact in a way that will put themselves in like bodily harm? And I understand this whole.
I think on instinct it makes sense to stay out of it. I do believe that makes sense. But then a lot of people are pontificators and prognosticators about what people should do instead of just watching it happen, which I guess that's the difference between online and real life.
Yeah, that's online.
But people really be thinking that they would do these things, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I guess they wouldn't, Brad. The way you saying it and I'm thinking about it is way different when your actual life is on the line.
It's easy to tell somebody else what they should be doing in that situation, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Right, armchair life survivalist type.
Yeah.
Like,
Armchair life survival.
I would have done this. I would.
Right.
Your ass would have froze up. And
Shit, I'm glad that didn't happen in front of me. I would have protected that sister.
The worst
I would
shit.
have protected that brother.
The worst shit is the disrespect of the ancestors before us and shit. Where it's like, I'm not my ancestors.
Oh yeah, I've been stopped saying that.
You're gonna catch these hands. Like,
We was
what are
talking
you
about that
talking
one time.
about? Yo,
Not too long
man,
ago,
yeah, that's
bro.
mad
I hate
disrespectful.
that. I hate that.
I don't rock with that shit at all. I don't
They
rock
would've
with
talked
nobody
like,
that think
if
like
they would have
that.
felt like you, your ass wouldn't be here, nigga.
Exactly. like Bishop
Nigga
said.
existed in several
No,
ways.
not Bishop. Q said that shit. And Juice, right? Cause Bishop was like, yo, if I was there, I would have helped Blizz. And he said, if you would have helped Blizz, it would have been 4 dead niggas instead of 1.
Hey, I hold fast, even looking through history and those stories, man. Our ancestors, what do you call it? Protested in every way that they could that didn't get them killed. They stopped short of getting,
And some of them got them
some
killed.
of them went through and got killed anyway.
Some of them went through and got
But
killed.
it's like, you
Lots
know,
of them.
even from the littlest thing, like spitting in the food or putting salt in the massive baby diapers, like just little protests. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna end your life because we human beings, bro. We want to live. We want to, even when you have your kids, even if you in the situations we was in, you still.
Most people have
know what
that
I'm saying?
human instinct
Exactly.
to stay alive,
procreate, and
by
keep yours
any
alive.
means necessary. Stay
Exactly.
alive.
And niggas is like, you know, and I get the whole Killmonger thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was tight.
Is he gonna get is he gonna get prosecuted? Has there been any arrests
Are you
for
talking
the
about,
security guard? No. I think the story said that the DA decided not to
Not
prosecute.
to press charges, yeah. And Sean King, my boy Sean King, was pissed off about that. But if y'all know who Sean King is,
Of course.
yeah. But yeah, you know, like, I don't know. I hate it. Make it so much. The outrage is easier when it's racially different. When it's 2 black people, one working for the man and one trying to steal from the man. The man is still the overarching fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's not really either one of y'all niggas. Like, I could come from the standpoint of why are you putting, even the security guard, putting his shit on the line to protect.
Oh, I've seen worse.
Toothbrushes and soap.
Have you, yo.
I ain't even got to chime in yet.
Yo, hold on real quick. Have you seen the video of the girl that was stealing from the one place and that white dude started manhandling her? And he was just a civilian.
Yeah.
He was. So that's when it gets like super racy. It was a black girl and go ahead, Scotty.
I would have went to the ground, took that charge, and sued the hell out of him. She would have won.
I know you would have. I've seen you in some situations.
What the? Hold on, Phil.
No.
No. Hey, man, that dude at that Walgreens had $14 worth of stuff and lost
That's
his
wild.
life.
Bro, he didn't have shit. He was stealing, but he wasn't
He
stealing
had
shit.
no reason to shoot that
He wasn't
man.
stealing shit.
Hey, bro, these niggas caping for billion-dollar companies.
Sometimes niggas that work for these people is on their own bullshit too. And they like want to take it out on somebody too, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know this man, but fuck that shit. It looked bad
Bro,
when it's dark on dark like that. It just looked bad, bro.
Man, please stop saying
I
that.
hate it. I just hate it, bro. It fucking hurts my feelings.
I don't like seeing black people die.
At all.
Period.
I don't like seeing.
Period.
I don't like seeing anity die. Especially don't like seeing black people. So
Period.
I don't want to put the black on black
All right.
tag on it because that's
fair.
complete BS to me.
Me too. Now I was trying not to.
Is it BS though?
Yeah, it kind of
like,
it is. I was trying
Yes,
not to
it
go
is.
into that.
It's proximity. People, bruh, bruh.
It ain't
I'ma
the number
break
one,
that down
but
for
it
you.
ain't not
Hold
top
on, let
3.
me finish, bro.
Alright.
Man, see, there you go with that shit.
Yeah, my bad. LaRon more used to it. My bad, brother.
It's proximity. This is all based on redlining and ghetto building. Of course, black people gonna have problems with other black people because that's what we stay around. White people have problems with other white people because that's who they stay around. Chinese people have Chinese murder because that's who they stay around. It's all proximity.
Big facts.
We're not randomly in Beverly Hills beefing with niggas unless we on some shit.
True.
Or that's for anybody else.
True. But does that take away
And
a
that's
leg?
a-
Does that take away a leg
That's
from
our-
the
that's our
reforming
time.
from the reform
That's our
ideology? Does
time.
that take away a leg
That's
from
our
that to stand
time.
on?
That's our time. That's our time. That's our time.
That's our time.
Yeah,
I
it
wanted to answer that.
started to get
Is that our time?
started to get
Let's table that.
yeah, let's table that.
Hey, LeBron gonna put a Joe Budden on it. We gonna put that on the Patreon.
Yeah. Hey, we need to get a Craft Conversations Patreon popping,
Extra
man.
sip, bro. We can do that.
Yeah, let's go do that. The extra
Work
sip.
on it.
Whenever
We
House
doing
702
social?
ain't live, we can do it.
Yeah,
at
yeah. Let's
KB
do
Studio.
socials and get up out of here, man.
All right, y'all.
Hey man, y'all know me, Scotty Bono, SCOTTYBONO. Follow me on all your favorite platforms for all the best cat videos and BS. Don't expect nothing real from me on the online.
Hey man, sometimes you just gotta enjoy life. You feel me? It's KB K Bridges. It's K Bridges Live, all platforms. KBridgesLive.com. Just K Bridges, K.Bridges. If you're gonna type me in Google, you'll see everything I got. Bow.
www.laronmc.com. That's LARONEMCEE. If you follow me on Instagram, LaronMC Art, and you be seeing like the new spray cans that I've been painting. They will be available online
That motherfucker's fire.
about a weekend. Tonight, because it's Saturday, we're gonna be at the Sand Dollar at 8:00. Homeboy Sandman, somebody from Hieroglyphics, I can't remember at the moment. I got a
Sandman at the Sand Dollar.
I got a big
I
ass
got a 15-minute set.
chain at the house. Bro.
So we gonna lock in and do some dope shit for y'all, for the people. So pull up. From the next couple of hours, I'm gonna be outside of the English Motel doing a mural for a mural event. So I'll be there until 7:30, and then we're gonna head on over to the Sand Dollar. It's a free show. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Big Scoon.
Shout out Big Scoop.
Yeah. So make sure y'all pull up.
Oh, pull up.
Big Scotty, man.
Here.
Next week we're gonna have to do this one again. I'm gonna make sure I put notes in it, or we'll talk and make sure I remember to put these in the notes. The new episode, I'm sorry, I'm slacking. I haven't put it up on Spotify yet from last week. So we'll have last week's episode on Spotify and this week's episode on Spotify on Monday. So thanks to all the listeners. We will catch you guys next week.
Bang,
Peace, power, respect.
Peace, power, love. We outie.
Peace.